Hey guys. Okay, so I want to start this week's video post off by saying to the change resistors and the council haters out there, please, please, please do not use this week's video as a platform for you to air your grievances. That is not what our BTP page is about. The cold hard truth, the reality is, unfortunately I have to break it to you, we need to progress as a society. We need to constantly change and evolve the way we're doing things. And council has the unenviable task of trying to balance the economic, social and environmental factors to achieve the greatest good for the greatest number of people. You are never going to achieve a perfect outcome and please everyone. So please keep that in mind as you listen to today's video. So what are we going to cover off in today's video? We're going to talk about some changes that are about to come into effect in the relaxation or citing variation space. Now I need to say from the start, I do not know exactly what these changes are going to be. I'm just going to be giving you some insight into what the rumours are, the gossip are, what I've heard along the various different channels. And I'd like you to take this video as kind of a prompt to know that there is going to be changes coming, to have a general idea of what those changes are, but you need to stay up to date and check in and get a good idea of what actually comes into effect as of the 1st of July. So yeah, I don't pretend for 1 second to sit here and say I know exactly what's going to happen, but I want to kind of alert people to the fact that there are changes coming so you can mentally prepare for that and prepare your clients, etc., etc. So what are the changes? Well, essentially there's 4 key changes. Firstly, we are removing the fast track process. Kind of makes sense. Like I keep saying to people, all the easy jobs are gone. And with COVID that's sort of come about, the changes that have come about through that, it's only intensified. Everyone is super hypersensitive to what's going on around them. They're stepping up their involvement in the planning process. The reality is there is nothing that is low risk anymore. So council can't keep this fast track process open. It's kind of giving people a false sense or a false expectation out there. Everyone thinks they qualify for fast track and then they get their reality check and it's not fun. So let's just scrap that fast track process, everything through the one process. Change number 2, it's moving to an online platform. So the information is going to be publicly available in a development eye style format. Now, when I first heard about this upcoming change 6 or so months ago, it was suggested that it was only going to be available during the assessment period. So basically you could access the forms or the material during the application assessment process by council. I'm assuming that that is a data process reason. So basically they can't afford, they can't justify paying for the extra storage to have the information available forever and a day. That assumption could be totally wrong, but that's my take on the situation. Obviously, I would actually love it if they kept the information on there forever, like they do with the town planning applications, because we are always getting inquiries from people saying, what's happening next door? I can't access any information. And we go, yeah, that's because they didn't trigger a town planning application and the building material is not publicly available. So those conversations aren't fun. It would be awesome if we could just go, yeah, just jump on the citing variation website or whatever it ends up being. It might be through Development Eye, might be through something different platform, and view it all. But hey, we'll take what we can get. So yeah, watch and see what happens there, but it's going to be available online so that people can have more access and there's more transparency to the process. Next, neighbours letters. So at the moment, you can give your neighbour a little form, they sign it, you submit that to council. Going forward, it's going to be an online lodgement process. Now, there's positives and negatives to this. Like on the downside, you go, it's going to be a lot harder to get people to take the initiative to jump online, to go through that process on their own if they're kind of nonchalant about it. Like if they go, hey, I don't care about it, it's going to be a lot harder to get the support than if you just whack a form in front of them and they sign it then and there. The flip side is, I think the expectation of getting neighbours' support is going to drop as a result. So it's probably going to make it a bit easier, I don't know, maybe, to get those less supported ones through. Just something to keep in mind. Next, so we've done fast track's going, it's moving online, we've done the forms. The final thing is the fees, and this is what everyone's obviously talking about. Council fees are going to go up. So in the past, I understand it was like a $600 or $700 fee for a citing variation. Now you're going to pay just over $600 per performance outcome. So if you're doing a carport that's on the front boundary and side boundary, you're going to get 2 lots of fees there for a reduced front setback and reduced side setback. I was talking to a building designer yesterday and he said, well, he's had situations where there would be 3 triggers. So front setback, side setback and height. Yeah, okay, that starts to add up a little bit of money. Now, before you go ragging on council and just letting loose, if you go back to the videos that I did earlier this month, I did a series of 3, I think it was, talking about how the construction prices have increased here within Brisbane. it's naturally going to flow through to council. Like all the talk out there in the media about inflation going up, blah, blah, blah. How can you expect council to absorb that money? If everyone else is increasing prices, if their costs are going up, they naturally have to pass those costs on. They can't take it from other places like rates and all of that sort of stuff. Can you imagine the backlash if someone turned around and said, oh, we need to steal some more ratepayers' money to be able to fund private renovations? Yeah, would not go down well. So there you go, 4 changes. Again, I stress rumoured changes. So do check in on the 1st of July with your certifiers to work out exactly what's happening. Maybe give them a little bit of time to get up to speed, maybe not the 1st of July. Maybe after the first week, check in and find out exactly what's happening. But for the moment, just know that there are changes in the works that you need to start mentally preparing for. And again, I reiterate to the change resistors and the council haters, please, please, please do not use this platform to air your grievances. I will step in and delete any negative comments if it gets too virile and just too negative. I'm not about that. I'm all about the positive vibes. Anyway, that covers off everything I wanted to talk about today. As I always say, until next time, thanks for watching.
For all you red tape lovers out there, I have one thing to say. Well, no, actually, I've got 3. Number 1, the advice provided in these videos is general in nature. It's not site-specific. You would be a silly Billy to go and make financial decisions based on this advice without first checking with the town planner. Don't be a silly Billy. Number 2, Brisbane town planning is in no way linked to Brisbane City Council. The views expressed in these videos are my own, not council's. So if you don't like them, blame me, not council. Number 3, what was my number 3? Oh yeah, the views expressed in these videos are accurate at the time of recording. If you're watching this video back 10 years from now, the views may not be so accurate. That's all. Bye.